this Halloween. We'll wake the dead and make the suburbs scream. We can be whoever we want to be. This night can only get better. Let's stay up late watching horror movies. Just remember Freddy's only in dreams. Stay close and we can both avoid the creeps. This night is only getting better.
Can we make this last forever? Pumpkin smile while we're near together. Just make a promise that you'll never break. If I be your Alice, you'll be my Mad Hatter.
Candy corn and witchy treats. I'll trade your Kit Kat for receipts. You give me the sugar rush of my dreams. My tooth is only getting sweeter. I've got a Dracula cape for you and me to lay on the roof and watch the moon rising. As the bats screech above us and the wolves howl out, we'll know this night can't get any better. You'll never break. Come and dance with me this Halloween. We'll wake the dead and make the suburbs scream. We can be whoever we want to be. This night can only get better. Let's stay up late watching horror movies. Just remember Freddy's only in dreams. Stay close and we can both avoid the creeps. This night is only getting better.
Can we make this last forever? Pumpkin smile while we're near together. Just make a promise that you'll never break. If I be your Alice, you'll be my Mad Hatter.
Candy corn and witchy treats. I'll trade your Kit Kat for receipts. You give me the sugar rush of my dreams. My tooth is only getting sweeter. I've got a Dracula cape for you and me to lay on the roof and watch the moon rising. As the bats screech above us and the wolves howl out, we'll know this night can't get any better. You'll never break. Come and dance with me this Halloween. We'll wake the dead and make the suburbs scream. We can be whoever we want to be. This night can only get better. Let's stay up late watching horror movies. Just remember Freddy's only in dreams. Stay close and we can both avoid the creeps. This night is only getting better.
Can we make this last forever? Pumpkin smile while we're near together. Just make a promise that you'll never break. If I be your Alice, you'll be my Mad Hatter.
Candy corn and witchy treats. I'll trade your Kit Kat for receipts. You sugar rush of my dreams. My tooth is only getting sweeter. I've got a Dracula cape for you and me to lay on the roof and watch the moon rising. As the bats screech above us and the wolves howl out, we'll know this night can't get any better. That you'll never break. Come and dance with me this Halloween. We'll wake the dead and make the suburbs scream. We can be whoever we want to be. This night can only get better. Let's stay up late watching horror movies. Just remember Freddy's only in dreams. Stay close and we can both avoid the creeps. This night is only getting better.
Can we make this last forever? Pumpkin soil, blowing in together. Just make a promise that you'll never break. If I'm your Alice, you'll be my Mad Hatter.
Candy corn and witchy treats. I'll trade your Kit Kat for receipts. You give me the sugar rush of my dreams. My tooth is only getting sweeter. I've got a Dracula cape for you and me to lay on the roof and watch the moon rising. As the bats screech above us and the wolves howl out, we'll know this night can't get any better. You'll never break. Come and dance with me this Halloween. We'll wake the dead and make the suburbs scream. We can be whoever we want to be. This night can only get better. Let's stay up late watching horror movies. Just remember Freddy's only in dreams. Stay close and we can both avoid the creeps. This night is only getting better.
Can we make this last forever? Pumpkin soil, blowing in together. Just make a promise that you'll never break. If I'm your Alice, you'll be my Mad Hatter.
Candy corn and witchy treats. I'll trade your Kit Kat for receipts. You give me the sugar rush of my dreams. My tooth is only getting sweeter. I've got a Dracula cape for you and me to lay on the roof and watch the moon rising. As the bats screech above us and the wolves howl out, we'll know this night can't get any better.
Can we make this last forever? Pumpkin soil, blowing in together.
you'll never break. Come and dance with me this Halloween. We'll wake the dead and make the suburbs scream. We can be whoever we want to be. This night can only get better. Let's stay up late watching horror movies. Just remember Freddy's only in dreams. Stay close and we can both avoid the creeps. This night is only getting better.
Can we make this last forever? Pumpkin soy on low and we're together. Just make a promise that you'll never break. If I be your Alice and be my Mad Hatter.
Candy corn and witchy treats. I'll trade your Kit Kat for receipt. You give me the sugar rush of my dreams. My tooth is only getting sweeter. I've got a Dracula cake for you and me to lay on the roof and watch the moon rising. As the bats screech above us and the wolves howl out, we'll know this night can't get any better.
Can we make this last forever? Pumpkin soy on low and we're together. They say nothing can last forever. We'll prove them wrong, their words will be shattered. Just make a promise that you'll never break.
Just make a promise that you'll never break. Come and dance with me this Halloween. We'll wake the dead and make the suburbs scream. We can be whoever we want to be. This night can only get better. Let's stay up late watching horror movies. Just remember.
Well,
What?
that ended fast.
That was a little
Hello?
fast. That was a
That
little
was
like,
very aggressively like blunt.
Oh yeah.
just remember Freddy's only in.
All right. Let's start this real fast, and then yeah, the pot's kicked in already, guys.
Well,
Nice.
I am having a Guinness tonight, and you know what happens?
Nice.
Only bad things happen when we are not in full control of our faculties. Like we lost a whole YouTube channel last time.
Yeah, we showed a penis. We showed a penis.
Them damn penises. Hey, penis.
Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. Oh. As I chug my giant vat of creamer on the air.
Oh, I know you're so happy about that.
Wait.
Are we supposed to be dancing?
This one's actually yours. This one's Jesus.
Aha!
Aha!
Ha ha. Actually, I am super
Yeah.
excited tonight, guys. I have bugged the shit out of everybody for the last 2 weeks about doing this topic. I am so excited.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
She's bugged all of us about doing the topic, but hasn't told us
I
what
have.
it is.
No, I've been very cryptic.
She's secret squirrel.
Aha!
She's very secret squirrel.
Very
Spookles.
secret squirrel.
Hey,
So, guys, right now is the time to go ahead and please share out. That is the best way to support your content creators, and it's absolutely free.
Yeah.
Spooky Meow Meows is in here.
Odd Mother, turn your mic up slightly.
Turn
Sorry,
my mic up slightly.
I already got ours.
I was turning yours down a little bit. It was very loud.
A
Oh.
little bit better.
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 Spooky
Okay.
Meow Meows is in
Let
here.
me put on my
Steven-
eyeballs.
I see Kisa. Hello, hello. I see Beth, Henry, and of course, Whitechapel, who isn't Whitechapel the band, but you know, I like.
We like to pretend like he's Jack the Ripper.
Well, that's what it was originally. I was like, oh,
Saucy
fuck yeah.
Jack.
I was
Hey,
like,
Saucy
Whitechapel.
Jack.
I was like, you did a song with Danny Filth and Cradle of Faith. Cradle of Faith, Black Metal Report.
He still denies that it's Whitechapel the band, but you know that's
Uh-huh.
what they would do, isn't it?
See, and you go there, and I go completely a different direction. However, we all three met on the same page the other day when you had to call the fire department.
What?
Remember when you had to call the fire department?
Yes, we were all on the same page. And
Oh, yeah.
For the record,
Richest part of town.
I should tell you.
Sparkly pink walls everywhere and smoke coming out of there. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a pedo house.
Well, and you know, the thing about it is like everybody's normal go-to is, oh, well, maybe it was just something overheating. No, we went directly to maybe there's something nefarious going on, or
Well,
somebody has locked themselves in the garage with the car on.
Yeah. So something that I didn't get a chance to tell
Pull
you.
your mic up, babe, a little bit.
Yeah.
No, your mic.
You turned me down.
You're physically move your mic up a little bit.
I
That's
don't-
what I'm trying to
I don't
say.
want to.
There you go.
I don't want the microphone in my mouth.
There's a rattle.
And this is how it starts. And then a whole YouTube page gets lost.
Blah, 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 blah. No, so the thing I forgot to tell you is when I thought that all the alarms had already stopped,
Mm-hmm.
I went back by and they were still blaring.
Were they still there?
Yeah. No, like the ambulance, I mean not the ambulance, but the
Oh God, I thought you were gonna say the ambulance. I was like, we were right.
No, like everybody was gone. All emergency whatever was gone.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite is okay. So, guys, I guess I should just explain this real fast. I was doing my other job and I was walking through a neighborhood with a dog, and I noticed that there is a house, a really nice house that has like 4 or 5 fire alarms going off. Just beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, what the heck? And you can hear it echoing through the neighborhood. And there was some neighbors outside. And I went, hey guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt your conversation, but like, do you know who these people are? No, we barely met. Like, we've never met them. We see them show up every once in a blue moon. They maybe stay a night and then like, that's it. They're gone.
Yeah.
We never get the opportunity to meet them.
Nothing sus about that.
At first, I
Maybe
was
it's a
like,
love shack.
Well, I thought illegal porn house at first, and I was like, wait
Glitter
a
on the
second.
mattress.
We live in the time. Well, this is 2024. Porn's not illegal anymore. They're not doing that vice shit. I was like, so no, that's probably a brothel.
Glitter on the mattress.
See, my thing is that I was like, what if somebody's trying to send the outside world a message?
Right?
Like, help.
That's what I was
I'm a
thinking
sex
too.
slave locked in this house.
Well, so I finally, because I turned around to look one more time, and I see a little bit of smoke coming out of it. It wasn't just like coming out of the garage like random. There was a like pipe stack, like stack, there was this little pipe that let stuff out. I'm sure. I don't
Probably
know.
the hot water heater.
Something, right?
Right.
And I saw smoke. It wasn't steam, it was smoke. So I decided to walk back up with the dogs I was walking with. And because one of them is quite large. And the other's in a stroller, so she hung back. If we get into anything, man, I gotta pick you up and run. So I walk up and there's this huge window that you could see into like what I guess is the dining room, and then like the entire living room area, and all of it is covered in glitter, like pink glitter and fuzzy pink and sequins pink pillows and white fuzzy things and like these crystal
What was that?
things
You know what?
with candy in them. And then I look around a little bit, like knocking on things.
You know what I thought of when you initially told me about all this? What was that? Running Scared, that Paul Walker movie.
Yes. Oh my God,
That's
that
what I
is
thought
such a
of.
good movie.
That's the one where it's all the dark fairy tales based around the mob family, crime families, and like the sex trafficking ring that they. That's the one
Yes.
he
Was that not
encountered in there.
terrifying?
That's what I thought of when you saw that.
This intro makes me want to sing the Pat Partridge Family song.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I looked in and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of pink. Like
It's a lot of glitter.
a
There's
lot of pink and a lot of glitter.
There's
And
a lot
it's
of pink, and then there's a.
like somebody vomited glitter as a decoration.
You think they had pink in the bathroom, and then it'd be like it's the stinky and the pinky or something like that? I don't know.
See, I'm thinking of like the love rug, you know, the fuzzy white love rug.
Yeah, that was back in the 70s, wasn't it?
Some of that shit's coming back, though.
Dude,
Some of that shit's coming back.
I still want one of those, like, you know, inset seating area.
The sex pit.
Yes, I want a sex pit.
Or the love pit. Is that what I called it the other day?
No, we're
I'll
calling
call it a sex pit. I will forever call it a sex pit now instead of a love pit.
It's the Ugga Wugga Wigwam sex pit.
Ugga Wugga Wigwam.
It is where you do the Ugga Wugga Wigwam.
It
By the
is
way, guys,
that's exactly what you do. But so
I've rebuilt our page off potty memes.
yeah,
so good.
but so I go over there, I'm knocking on doors. I decide to like finally call 911 and say, I flat out said, I have no clue if there's a fire. Like
More like 9 fun at this time, huh? I'm just kidding.
And like I mean I flat out said it. I don't know that there's a fire. I'm not confident that there's a fire. I see like a little bit of smoke.
There's
and
definitely an alarm going off.
There's
So someone could have
smoke,
broken
there's
in.
fire. Well,
And
that's
there
what
were,
I
like,
said. If alarms were going off,
alarm.
something was going on.
And they were smoke alarms. They weren't like your normal wee like annoying
Is that Rick and
house
Morty?
alarms. Yes.
Wee boy. That whole scene.
I'm sorry, I would kill my smoke alarm if it sounded like that.
Our smoke alarms sound like two dudes having sex.
They smell like
Well,
they smell like. Apparently, our smoke alarms have a smell. I'm now very disturbed by this.
I'm
But so-
sorry. I didn't mean to mess up my words. It happens from time to time.
I do it all the time.
Yes, you do.
But basically, went back there. Okay, so immediately there were 3 fire hydrants. See what I mean?
Oh my God. This is getting interesting.
Immediately there were 3 fire trucks. It was so fast. And like there was even one with the dude in the back that like has to drive, you know?
Oh,
Like in the very back. Now, mind you,
were they hiding in the neighborhood like a block over?
This is our time, boys.
We're gonna shine.
And like 3 of them show up. Mind you, I told the operator, I'm not even sure that there is an actual fire. There are just 4 or 5 alarms throughout the entire house, not just one specific location. The entire house is sounding off. And like the whole neighborhood can hear it. Like,
I believe they have somebody locked in the basement. I'm almost positive.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
still convinced that fire was set by somebody to get attention. And because they probably called the owners to be like, do we have permission to go in your house? You have alarms going on. And they went,
No.
And then
This is what happens when you study too much true crime.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, or you start thinking of better ways to do the crime. And you're like, seriously, bro, that's how you did this?
Well-
Really? All you had to do was shut your mouth.
It gets slightly better. On my way out of there, I realized there's a guy taking like video on his camera. So I
Please
pull
tell me it
over.
was an old Polaroid camera where it's all and then
No.
it's all
No, it was just a neighbor.
and he's smoking. He's all Hey, beauty.
Anyway,
You
it
want to
was
see
Dustin
my
Mulder.
basement?
You want to see my basement? You got some encyclopedias to sell, sir? I walk
Way
dogs.
ahead of you, Kisa. Way ahead of you. No, so I was talking to this random guy and I was like, oh shit, they're still there, huh? And he's like, yeah, I just saw them. I'm like, yeah, I called because it like the alarm. And he was like, gosh, thank God somebody called. I'm like, first off, why haven't any of you guys thought to call?
It's one of those. Honestly, it's one of those neighborhoods. I'll say this before we do the actual announce what we're doing tonight.
Well,
but it's one of those neighborhoods where it's super rich, and it's basically they kind of just do their own thing over there, and not too many people get involved.
Dude says, oh, that's like some doctor's house. And I was like, he sure loves pink. And then I thought, maybe he's a gynecologist.
Ew!
It just makes him feel right at home.
Don't bring your work home, bro. All right, I am Hexus Damon. This is Akia Damon, and this is Mother de la Mort, and this is all her show tonight.
I am. I'm presenting tonight, and I am so super excited. Like I have been like, do what?
I was going to say we have our parts to play.
Yes. So these are going to be my two lovely assistants up here. Hexus will be our theory guy, and then Akia will actually be assisting me with some of the descriptions. And we're going to do something interactive. So guys, if you want to play along, grab you like a piece of computer paper and a pen or a marker or a pencil, and you are more than welcome to. Yay!
I lost my little.
You're more than welcome to interact with this particular subject matter. But this is going to be fun. So guys, I love mystery stuff. So if you have caught like some of the older, which they were some of my favorites, some of the older podcasts that we did with like the number stations and like the blue, you know, the mysterious sounds of the ocean. Very Fortean, very Art Bellish, is what this reminds me of. I mean, like the only thing we haven't done yet, which eventually we're gonna have to do, is space, like the Black Knight satellites and the zombie satellite and stuff like that. But you know, maybe that's something we can cover down the road.
These are the voyages of the Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it? The zombie
to boldly go where no man has gone before.
The zombie suns or something like that. The ones that just they supernova and they don't die. Like they don't fully explode. They just start eating everything around it.
How rad is that? I mean, I don't want it to happen to us, but like seriously, how freaking cool is that?
Supernova or not, we're not going to be around when it happens.
No. Exactly. But one of the things that I do want to say, kind of like a disclaimer, is while we go through this, because I have studied this and I've listened to a couple of podcasts, and I hope I found the sweet spot with this, because even though there are a handful of podcasts out there that have covered this particular subject matter pretty well, you can either do one of two things. Either people gloss over it too quickly, or they get really in depth with it, and it's super deep, super complicated, and it can cause your eyes to glaze over. So I think that I have found the sweet spot with this to where we stay on the fun side. But I do want everybody to understand kind of what these participants
theory
had to go through. Yeah. So what we're going to be talking tonight, guys, and we haven't told them anything, is one of the most mysterious, enigmatic, and disquieting internet puzzles to date. We're talking about cicada. Cicada, or for our friends down under or across the pond, cicada 3301. So, have you guys ever heard of this?
So there's 331 grasshoppers or something like that. Locust.
No.
Cicadas?
Cicada 3301 or cicada 3301. It just depends on where you're from.
That's definitely a punk band right there.
Well, you know, The cypherpunks might play a role in this. We don't know.
oh, this is gonna be fun.
Of course.
This is going to be a lot of fun. And
My
we're going to pretend
knowledge
like
is
we're
up
super
there.
duper smart, and everything that these participants do would be just a normal assumption for us everyday average dumb people.
Can I just say how much I love coffee? Yeah, I had to drink decaf, and I
drinking
said
tea.
no.
Oh,
I was
no.
so mad.
I think I would
Oh,
have just said, I'm not drinking coffee until I can drink real coffee.
oh
I
my
can't
God,
do
when
decaf.
real quick, when I got back
Mhm.
after my surgery, after my gallbladder was taken out, that was the first thing I was like, "Can I has the coffees?" Oh, I was like, "Can I has the coffees?"
Can I have some more, please?
Okay, sorry.
So
All
let me
right.
start by asking, what were you guys, when it came to the internet, what were you guys doing in 2012? What can you remember about the internet around 2012?
I was being a huge political troll. See, I am a Republican, and on top of that, I like to piss people off. It's fun, and I know how to do it really well, and especially in 2012, oh dear God, that's what I was doing on Facebook.
Were you? See, and I can remember that. I can remember Facebook was really kind of coming, like people really were moving away from MySpace and really starting to go on to Facebook.
Why did we abandon Tom?
You know, I can say,
I don't
what
know. I don't know.
happened, that was probably the start of the wild that was the
End
peak
of
of the Wild West
West.
with the internet, but that was also the
Mhm.
downfall for me when I started seeing it.
Exactly. It was kind of the
Because
end of like the Angel Fire websites and,
no more
everybody having to
ChatGPT.com.
code their websites and things like that.
Yeah.
Getting in trouble when you utilize a website company, like, when you get a server and you start creating your own website and they're like, "Oh, that picture is too I'm like,
Censorship. Lots of
all
censorship.
this censorship," and I'm like, "Dude, we're literally talking about serial killers. Like,
Well,
what do you expect to see a non-bloody knife?"
what happened with Facebook though, I think the a lot of people started seeing the power of Facebook. They started seeing the power of social media, and that's
Mhm.
when they started thinking, okay, we need to start getting these guys in on the left side, all this other stuff to censor everything. That's
Mhm.
that's kind of what that it was probably the funnest time that I had with the internet was in 2012, 2013. And then after that, it started going down because they're like, oh, we need to start incorporating
It
controlling information.
it really
20
was. It was almost like overnight, like it peaked and then it just started going downhill really fast.
2012, I was wow. Well, playing WoW, I think.
I was
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big one through like all of like the early 2000s up to the mid 2000s.
Playing WoW, playing like StarCraft, Diablo,
Mhm. Yeah,
those
Diablo.
games. Um, like that was my internet usage, was connecting
Mhm.
my Xbox to the to the internet so that I can play like Splatterhouse or something.
And
oh
that was
porn.
back when that shit was free before you had to pay like the monthly memberships or the yearly memberships.
No, I still had a membership
Did you?
as far as like Xbox went.
Yeah, they
Right.
I had a Game Pass, but the Game Pass wasn't as expensive.
Sony
And
was the one who didn't have the membership cost, but then also
Mhm.
too their service suffered because of it because they didn't have money to put back into it. I
Right.
was one of the few people who was like, I don't mind paying this for Xbox for Microsoft because I'm getting a good product out of it, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, there were there was someone else, or should I say
for the
other
horde.
people that were very, very busy during 2012 as well. Do we want to go through the comments or do we want to go ahead and dig
yeah,
right into this?
let's get
Wow,
into
we
the
got some
comments real
comments
fast.
here.
Okay.
Okay, so
All right.
like I'll go all the way back.
Let's start.
We've got Kisa dancing to the music, our intro music, by the way. It's so funny. It's all dino dance, dino dance, dino dance. But the reality is it's like little dancing dinos. Like,
We wanted to get coffee and stuff like that because it makes I don't know, for me it makes the stoniness a little bit better.
so we also have Henry. Hey Henry. We
Hi,
have
Henry.
Whitechapel,
Henry.
which yes, I know exactly who you are.
Yes.
I know who you are, but I'm pretending.
You are the
Oh,
golden
I wanted to call
chapel.
him Saucy Jack.
I know exactly who he is. I just pretend. Um Are you feeling any better? Yeah, we've still got a little bit of a cold, but
I'm sore on my right side, but it's like normal.
that's because you had an entire organ removed.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm slowly getting that was dude, it was crazy.
Texas now has a void inside his body.
Yeah, I could feel things. It's weird and neat at the same time.
Hi, Beth. How are you? Kitty meow meow. Stephen Kitty meow
Meow
meow.
meow 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 meow.
It's a crack wigwam.
Oh.
And then Silence of the Lambs. I don't know what the hell that was in
When we were talking about the glitter house.
Glitter House. Ugga Wugga Wigwam.
Rob, what's up, man?
Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy.
I love the Wyatt Six.
Oh my God, Beth! Tomorrow night, Saturday night main event. Oh, I have not seen that since the '80s, and I am watching the entire thing. And it's gonna be freaking awesome. They're bringing back the winged eagle belt, which is gonna be amazing to see that on Cody.
I thought you said winged deedle. I'm like, what in the hell is a winged
belt.
deedle?
Oh, sorry, wrestling.
Kirby's shag pad. Tickled Pink. The furry did it.
The furry did do it.
I like this.
He might be a furry.
You've got me intrigued with the Star Trek.
The Starfleet.
I'll get my Starfleet uniform.
Don't wear the red suit. Never wear the red suit.
Bring me.
Oh, I do need to grab something. Hang on, guys. Hang on.
Yeah.
Talk to everybody while I grab something real quick.
Nadine. More like, hey, Dean.
Hey.
She got tickets to System of an Up.
And Corn.
Yeah, I've seen Corn, and we live by them.
Oh shit.
We do. I know I didn't bring my tinfoil hat. I don't know what happened to it. It was over here.
Yep.
And now it's gone.
Yep.
But the Emperor's gonna be here in May.
Empire.
And they're playing with Wolves in the Throne Room, and I really want to go see
Wolves
them.
on the Emperor tour.
Now it's Wolves on the Emperor. Well, we went and saw them on Wolves on the Enslaved tour.
Wolves on the Enslaved tour. Then we saw them.
Wolves on the Behemoth tour. And then there were wolves.
I'm having to get ready to talk about this subject.
Oh, Nadine, get this when they come back this time around. So the last time when we saw them the first time,
I'm a Hershey's Kiss.
Yay! It was the Anthem for Welcome tour. They did the entire album. This one, they're doing Nightside Eclipse, which is going to be fucking amazing.
I am the Black Weezer.
Every time.
Oh, I'm supposed to remind you about that thing I was supposed to remind you about.
But we're not putting penises up again. We lost a page over that.
No.
Hi, Pogo. What's up?
Did you send that thing?
Yes, I did send the thing.
All right.
Okay. All right.
What we're talking about. I'm just kidding.
Did you do the thing?
To see System of a Down so bad.
Yeah. Oh, they're pretty good. I saw them back in the day.
I fucking love them.
I saw them.
Hey, Dizzy!
I think it was it was Ozfest. It was their first tour. Like their first album is when I saw them. Not to shine the old guy badge over here, gone to many shows.
I wanna fuck my way to the garden. Because everyone
I'm not gonna lie. Serge
Fuck
Tankian's best stuff is Godzilla King of the Monsters. That soundtrack is actually fucking awesome.
She's a Hershey's Kiss.
All right.
Hershey's Kiss.
We better get on with
All
this.
right. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Now I
Okay,
have sweet
so-
stuck in my head though, because my brain's over here going.
Chocolate.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So in 2012, when we were just like being people, there were actually some other there were some other people that were pretty busy as well.
Some very various
yes.
things.
And on Wednesday, January 4th of 2012, an image was uploaded to 4chan's Xbox. It was basically just an image with a black background with white wording on it, and it read, let me see if I can do this.
Hello. We are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in this image. Find it, and it will lead you on the road to finding us. We look forward to meeting the few that will make it all the way through. Good luck, 3301.
And I've got an actual image of this just to show everybody. And I've got a lot of images tonight. So let's see.
I want to change my voice too.
Oh my goodness. Image.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
If this will let me do it. Yes.
You wanted me stoned.
I didn't want you stoned.
No, Oddmother did.
And this is what it looked like right here. So it was just an image with a black background and white wording. And then it says, good luck, 3301. So let's see if we can get that off of there. Hold on.
Oh, see, guys? See what I go through?
Remove. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're back. Now, this post would lead to the most enigmatic and, like I said earlier, disquieting internet mystery to date. And it still actually remains unsolved today, to this very day. Now, when this was posted, it didn't take long for the post to catch attention of stegnographers and cryptographers around the world. So this went pretty fast, pretty quick. And the weird thing about it is, unless you were kind of in this niche, like it was kind of right in front of everybody's eyes and nobody really knew about it. But at the same time, it was absolutely huge. Now, after some of these, cryptographers and stegranographers. That is a hard one to say. Yeah, but it's different than a stenographer like we think of as in a courtroom.
Yeah, it's a stegosaurus stenographer.
It's a stegosaurus. Yes, exactly.
Plates on
So,
its back.
of course, these really smart people knew that there was, there was something going on with this image, and like they just absolutely took off running. They took the image and they ran it through just all different kinds of programs and different types of deciphering programs and decrypting programs and things like that. But what they found actually worked with this particular image was just a simple text editor. And so people ask, well, what's a text editor? Well, Notes, which is on just about every computer through Microsoft. So they took this image and they threw it into Notes.
Oh,
and you can do, and you can do any.
Where this is going? I know.
I don't think you know where this is going.
No,
I don't.
I have my theories already cooking. I already know because I know where we're at right now. So if you can look back from where we're at right now and things that have happened. Okay.
But see, let's just stay in 2012 for right now. We'll get to all that. So, because this is going to be a two-parter. This particular puzzle is absolutely massive. So, and I'm going to get a little technical in part one, just so you can kind of understand what all is going into putting something like this together. This is not something that you just come up with overnight and throw it onto the internet.
No. The birth of Elon Musk. What do you expect? I'm just kidding.
A birth of a lot of things, and that we're going to get into that in part two of what is Cicada 3301. What could it be? So they threw it into the text editor, and it actually did reveal a message. And let me pull that up. I'll let you look at it before I read it out. Let's see. Image. Wait for it to come up.
There it goes.
Okay. So this is what it revealed. So you've got a bunch of just goobly-gaw up there, with different kinds of symbols and letters and more numbers. But then you see it says very clearly, Tiberius Claudius Caesar says. And then it gives a whole bunch of numbers and letters down below it. Well, of course, any of us logical people would know, hey, that's a code, right?
Wait.
Yeah.
Of course, because we're assuming we're all like super, super smart. All right, hold on. What is this doing?
I'm leaving it because I'm doing this on purpose.
Oh,
are you leaving this up on purpose?
Hold on.
By the way, guys, screen cap this and see where it goes.
Well, you got to throw it into a cipher first. All right.
Yeah.
So this is what it read. So this is basically what it was telling people. Tiberius Claudius Caesar says. So most people understood that this meant that you threw this group of letters and numbers and symbols that are down below the wording into a Caesar cipher. And for anybody that's not aware of what a Caesar cipher is, it's think about back when you were in like grade school and middle school, and remember how you did like with your friends the secret code where basically A equals or 1 equals A, 2 equals B, C equals,
Okay.
3, so on and so forth.
Because I've
Okay.
done things so far.
Huh? Well, you're going to need that for something else. You're going to need that for something else. So,
if you're gonna
yeah,
do
go
if
ahead.
anybody's gonna do this cipher, I'm gonna suggest that you listen to a band or a group called Carbon Based Life Forms. I am being
Mhm.
dead serious right now because of some of their stuff. I'm sorry, they do some very they do a lot of what is it? It's not sleep therapy or whatever, but it's kind of it's meant to inspire you while you're
Mhm.
sleeping. I can't. It's like subconscious a little bit sometimes, but you can
Right.
catch what they're saying, and some of the things are the words, the verbiage that they have underneath the music. You can hear it, and it's this, and it's fucking rad, like
Yeah,
rad.
yeah, there's a lot of that, and that, a lot of that, the alpha wave type manipulation and stuff like
There
that
you go.
with the sound waves and the brain waves. I forget what it was called, but it was super big in the late 60s, early to mid 70s. I
Yeah.
think it's called something else now, but my dad swore, and you're supposed to listen to that stuff with headphones on,
Oh yeah.
but some of that stuff could cause you to hallucinate.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Carbon
You
based
start
life. You
playing
can put
with
yourself.
those brain waves, those alpha waves and things like that. It can do some freaky
Yeah,
shit. So,
that was the word I was thinking of, alpha waves, because I couldn't think of it for a second. But yeah,
I like
it
this.
really it's carbon based life form is very positive music. So it's
yeah.
but it's very atmospheric, and there's a couple songs on here where this is in it.
Yeah. Well, so what they did is this told them they needed to use a Caesar cipher, and I kind of explained sort of how you start a Caesar cipher with like I said, like I think with a Caesar cipher, it's like 0 equals A, 1 equals B, 2 equals C, 3 equals D, so on and so forth. But with a Caesar cipher, you have to shift it. You have to shift the numbers or the numbers or letters. Actually, in this case, I think it would be letters. Normally to the right, a certain amount of agreed upon spaces. So, say you were going to write a Caesar cipher code to someone, and you would agree on how many spaces over. So, let's say your Caesar cipher, you're going to agree on 3 space shifts. Okay. So that would now mean that 0 equals C, 1 equals D, 2 equals E. Are you with me on that? Do you understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
You would shift it over.
so did they at least say that, or did they tell people what the message was, or at least to agree upon? I'm sorry, I'm stoned.
Well,
Did it,
no, they did
with the
give you a
spaces?
hint here. They did give you a hint here. So the participants knew that it was a Caesar cipher. However, they were not sure how many shifts, normally to the right, they needed to go in order to start deciphering this group of letters and numbers and symbols that was under the Tiberius Claudius Caesar. However, we all know, of course, not Tiberius Caesar. Tiberius Claudius Caesar was the 4th emperor in that nasty spot between Caligula and Nero. So he was the 4th emperor.
You
So
don't want to be
that was a
between.
clue that you shift all the numbers or you shift all the letters over 4 spaces. So that would make, or I'm sorry, all the numbers over 4 spaces. So that would make D 0, 1 E, 2 F, and then so on and so forth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make
Okay.
sense. crazy thing is I'm looking at it right now, and it's almost
Mhm.
like someone. If you have dyslexia, you know how like certain things look like certain words. That's for me. That's how it works with my dyslexia and all that stuff. It's
Mhm.
I see a different word. I don't see certain letters, and it kind of spells something else out, and I read that. That's what I'm seeing right here. Like it's weird.
Well, and don't get too wrapped up in this. I mean, that's really
Oh
as
no, I'm
far
not.
as this particular clue went. And like I said, the Caesar cipher, it's like one of the oldest known ciphers, and it was actually the type of cipher or secret coding that Julius Caesar devised and used
Yeah.
for all his like private correspondences and things like that. So let me go ahead and take this down.
I lost my
Al's saying it's a Caesar salad. Yeah.
Natalie.
Huh. Yes. What is that?
Explain it.
It's part of the cipher.
Oh, it's part of the cipher.
This is part of the cipher.
Well, maybe you'll be right. So, okay, so we know that Claudius was the fourth emperor, therefore you had to shift it over four spaces.
Can I make a comment that I think only you will get?
Sure.
For everything that lives is holy.
Nope, that's not what it says.
I'll show you what I'm looking at
Well,
after. When it's when it's decoded into numbers.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe it could spell something out different out using different type of cipher tools. So basically what we know now is that basically what people are going to need in order to be participants in this, they're going to have to be good at encryption. They're going to have to be good in decryption. They're going to have to be good in decoding ciphers using cryptography techniques, stenography, and various code breaking techniques. So if you had an impression right now, who do you think Caseta 3301 is? What are your feelings about this so far?
Me or
Anybody? Yeah, you're the theory guy, or anybody can answer in the comments too.
Who do I think this is? Like,
yeah, what are your impressions so far?
Anonymous.
This is the birth of AI.
This is the birth of Anonymous.
That's what I'm thinking this is. This isn't Anonymous was around before this, but
well, you may not be too far off. You may not be too far off when we get into our theories.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I mean, to be fair, it does. I know I was making a joke earlier about Elon Musk, but it does feel like him. It feels like it has his fingerprints on it. And look, I'm a big Elon Musk fan. I'm not saying anything bad about the guy because he's amazing, especially with everything he's done with SpaceX. Everything he's freaking amazing. But this it feels like something he would do.
Well, and your impressions may wind up changing. They may wind up changing the further we go.
This is Saddam Hussein. It is. It's Madass Hussein.
All right. So once they decoded the shift cipher, it revealed a URL to an Imgur image of a wooden mallard decoy. And I'm gonna let my beautiful assistant Akia read this out and describe what this particular image looks like.
Is it going through my messages?
Nope. I'm going to put it right up here on the screen.
Because I may be over here doing stuff like this.
Oh, here it comes.
Whoops, just decoy this way. Looks like you can't guess how to get the message out. Oh!
Now, does that read a little odd? Whoops, just decoys this way. Looks like you can't guess how to get the message out.
Man,
look at the images. Look at the number down there.
Man, that's just views.
Yeah,
that's just views.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say 187.
It's right there in the wording, and of course, being that we are super, super, super smart people, we know.
Whoops is spelled wrong.
Do what?
Whoops is spelled wrong.
Yeah, that's definitely a juggalo. Spelled it wrong and everything.
Like even they add the H, dude.
Do they?
Yes.
Do they really know what the letter H is?
Yes. They add the H. Thank you. But just decoys this way. So wow.
Looks like you can't guess how to get the message out. Well, again, we're pretending like we're super, super smart. And we know that this is telling us to use the universal tool that stenographers use called outguess.
But look at the purple tail feather.
A lot of people have brought that up. What does that mean? I don't think it means anything, honestly.
Everything
Now,
means something.
Honestly, it probably was covering up a watermark that they had right there. And like, fuck.
it could have been. It could have been.
Honestly,
Damn it.
They probably took this picture down several times, like I do with my reels and everything else, because I always get too ahead of myself. Just kidding.
So we're going to assume that we absolutely knew, right, guys, that we need to use the stenography tool outguess.
Yeah.
Now, what outguess does is it allows the insertion or the extraction of hidden information into such redundant bits of data sources such as images, words. There are a lot of programs out there that can even put things into music. So what they did is they took it, they threw it into outguess, and by taking the decoy image and running it through outguess, it did produce a message. And let me take this one down off of here, and I'm going to let my beautiful assistant read the next one.
Okay,
Hold on
let me
just a
come
second.
back over. I hope it's
Move.
not the one that's in like Old Norse because I can't read Old Norse.
Don't get ahead. Don't get ahead. All right. So when you put that image in outguess, out pops
Nadine
this.
said, "Is it the first letters of each word of the sentence?"
There we go.
I'm not sure exactly how outguess works, but it is a universal like program, like computer program, and you just input different things into it, and it can decode it or encode it for you.
So those are different chapters of the book
So
that they have
first
to go
off-
through too. I'm sorry, we need to read that first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's a book code. To find the book and more information, go to http://www.reddit.com/r/A2E7J61780J/. And then
it gives a whole bunch of numbers, and you don't have to worry about reading those numbers.
They're either ratios or times.
Horatio. It's
Well, remember,
definitely-
this is a book cipher,
This
so
is
they could be
Okay.
something completely different.
Leave it up because I'm
Right.
writing it.
This is-
writing it.
this is definitely definitely William Shakespeare because Horatio is here.
Well, it may eventually lead to Mr. Bacon. So
Kevin Bacon.
you know no, not Kevin Bacon.
Oh.
So
Put it back
anyway,
up.
it gave a whole bunch of numbers and letters, and then it said, "Good luck, 3301."
Put it back up. Put it back up. I'm supposed to be taking notes.
It's not going to help you.
Yes, it will.
Okay. All right.
Mostly because I want to be able to visit the Reddit site later.
Well, I can send you the website where a lot of this stuff came from.
Oh, the Reddit. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
I think the
we're about
Reddit's
to go
awesome.
there. We're about to go there with images.
okay. So HTTP.
It's a purple triangle. Hamlet. There you go. I couldn't think of the name, Kisa.
Horatio, I knew you well.
Looks like a duck decoy from Duck Commander. It could be.
And see, that's where I would have stopped. Like when I saw that, oops, only decoys here, I would have been like, okay, this person's just doing it for the lulz.
Well, see,
I mean, I wouldn't have even known to put this into any type of program whatsoever, unless, of course, I was in that particular community or genre of interest.
Whitechapel. It all leads back to the Dr. Shag pad. Dr. Shag's pad. There you go.
All right, can I take it down now?
5. I'm on the last one. 7.1.
Oh. This is so funny. Wow. Going back and forth with the windows. We're still learning Restream here. All of us are. It's everything's backwards and out of place to me now from
Yes, I'm
StreamYard.
coloring my coloring books, by the way.
Okay.
I
You
have
got
a
it?
full message in one of these.
You got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So this is what we know so far. There was a hidden message that included a book code consisting of a number of lines that actually I only showed a small proportion of them, but they actually go from 1 to 76. There are 2 digits separated by a colon on each, like a colon between the 4 numbers.
You know who
So
wasn't separated by colons? The human centipede.
no, it was not. No, they were not. Now, just for
Right.
like people's basic information, book ciphers are ciphers that uses a book or a text of some sort as the key to encode or decode a secret message. Traditionally, they work by replacing words in the plain text with the locations of words from a book. In this case, the 2 digits separated by the colon in the code refers to a line and a column number in a book, but we don't know what the book is yet. So when visitors wound up going to the Reddit page, there were a number of observations, and we're going to go through this, and this is where I'm going to need your help, Akia. So let me pull up the Reddit page because this page is slap full of clues.
Yeah, are you ready for the cryptic messages? Sorry. I am dialed up.
Right. Can you make that bigger?
This is what got us taken down.
Is there a way to make that bigger, Akia?
Let me see here. Let me see. Wait.
Like we're a full page or something, maybe?
There we go.
Okay. All right. So this is what we're looking at. We're looking at the subreddit page. Now, I did a screenshot of this. So you're going to notice over on my right-hand side, I'm not sure if this is mirrored to what everybody else is seeing. But on my right-hand side, you'll see the like join. And then on the left-hand side, you'll see where it's got like the Reddit logo. And then it's got the title of the page, which is all those weird numbers and letters that Akia just wound up writing down. Okay. So like also to the right, which because I'm not signed in and that page is restricted, you can't see, but there would be a subscribe button. And down below the subscribe button, you would see some wording that would say verify : 7A35090F as in Frank. Okay. And then in that same area, you would also see a picture of some Mayan numbers on top of the page. And I'm going to show you the Mayan numbers real quick, and then we'll come back to this real quick. Let's see if I can.
I swear to God, if we're done with this and it just tells us to drink our Ovaltine.
I know, right? Okay.
We did all this.
Let me
for
show
Ovaltine?
you the Mayan numbers. And I didn't realize Mayan numbers were so easy to decipher. They are like super duper Mayan numbers. All right. So this is what you would have seen at the top of the page as well.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's definitely two.
each bar counts as each
Yeah,
bar
there's a
counts.
Zanny.
Do what?
It says take your Xanax.
There's a Zanny right there.
Drink your Ovaltine. So each bar equals 5. Okay. So the first one reading from left to right would be 10. The next one would be 2. What would the next one be, Akia?
7. Oh,
7.
the one after that?
Oh.
That would be 14.
14. And then the next one?
7.
7. And so you just so on and so forth. Now, the thing that some people say looks like a football, I call it a Cuban sandwich, but that's just me. That's a 0.
I can have a Cuban sandwich again. I forgot about it. I can have chicken tortilla or tortilla soup and all that stuff. Oh my God, we're getting Cuban food soon.
I had Cuban food the other day.
Hey, you know, like a Cuban food? Why you know like a Cuban food?
I I mean,
Everything's a
So
Italian
when
right
you
now.
decode, when you actually translated these Mayan numbers into numerical numbers that we can understand, you would get 10, 2, 14, 7, 19, 6, 18, 12, 7, 8, 17, 0, 19. Okay. That would
So the,
be what this basically says in
Xanax.
numeric numbers that we understand.
so the Xanax is a 0.
Yeah. One,
Yeah,
two,
you could
three.
call it a Zanny too if you wanted to. I call it a Cuban sandwich.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry, Odd Mother.
It's okay. All right.
I'm not trying to ruin your Cuban sandwich. I'm kidding.
So just remember those numbers. Just remember those numbers, even though I've got them written down.
I've already forgotten.
Because those are going to be relevant here in just a minute. Let's go back to this Reddit page.
Wait, let me look at it again. Never mind.
I've got the numbers for you. You don't need it.
Was it 2 dashes on the first one?
No, it was 8, 6,
No,
7,
there
5,
was no
3,
dashes.
9.
What?
There we go. Okay.
No dashes.
No, there were no dashes. Okay.
How are there no
So,
dashes?
huh?
Lines. It
The
started
bars.
with 2 lines.
Ooh, I've already got them decoded for you.
No, I get that, but I wanted to write it down because you told us to remember.
Well, I'm going to give them to you here in just a second. I'm going to give them to you here in just a second. So you saw the Mayan numbers, okay? And those came out to a series of numerical numbers that we understand. You also see that weird, like the title of the page that ends in J. You also see it over on the right-hand side, and it's got a 120 added onto the end of it. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Now down below that black space, you see a whole bunch of jibber jabber. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That right there is most likely a code. But in order to be able to decipher that code, we're going to have to make a key that's going to help when we put it into a cipher program to decipher that goobly-gaw right there. Okay.
Pico de Gallo.
So what
What?
people started noticing that there seemed to be a relationship between the name of the page and those Mayan numbers that we just translated out into numerical numbers that we can understand. All right. So this is where you need your piece of paper because we're going to actually do a key.
A key?
So let me know when you're ready. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this.
Are you ready, kids? We can't hear you.
What is with this cord? This cord right here is really pissing me off.
Discord?
No, not Discord. This freaking cord. There we go.
All right. So you're going to turn your paper landscape. Okay. You've got 23 numbers. I think there's 23 here. And I'm going to call them out, numbers and letters. I'm going to call them out. Just write them up here at the top of the page. Leave a little bit of space in between each one of them, okay?
All right,
You
let's do it.
ready? Okay. A. 2. E is an elephant. 7. J is in John. 6. I is in ice cream.
You know I write big, right?
Well, you try to get them on in one line if you can.
Okay.
Where were we at?
I.
Okay. C is in cat. 7. 8. H. 0. J. 7. E as in Edward. I is in ice cream. E is in Edward. J is in John. D is in David. 0, 1, 2, 0.
Okay.
Okay. And you'll notice, let me pull that picture up again. If you'll look at the right side, come on.
Calvin.
Calvin, we have been trying to reach you about your dog's extended warranty.
If you'll look at the right side of that page, you'll see the number I just read out to you matches that number. Do you see that? That number in letter series of numbers? Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take those Mayan numbers that we deciphered, and we're going to start at A, and we're going to write those down. So under A, you're going to write 10. Under 2, you're going to write 2. Under E, you're going to write 14. Under 7, you're going to write 7. Under J, you're going to write 19. Do what?
Hold on 1 second.
Kisa Yahtzee.
Okay.
All right. So we're at 6, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So at 6, you're going to write 6 up underneath that. Under I, you're going to write 18. Under C, you're going to write 12. Under
Wait, we're going-
7, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, wait, we're going under the sea?
So
crab
under
people.
the 7, you're going to write 7. Under 8, you're going to write 8. Under H, you're going to write 17. Under 0, you're going to write 0. And then under J, you're going to write 19.
19, huh?
Mhm.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, because the other one was 19.
Whitechapel. Take your
So
safe on
you'll note and see. So what they noticed was that the 2 and the 2, the 7 and the 7, 7 and the 7, the 8 and the 8, and the 0 and the 0, they were like placers, almost like clues to let you know that the title of this page and those Mayan numbers had some sort of relevance to each other. Okay. But we have more of the letters and numbers than we have of the Mayan numbers, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we've got a bunch of blank spaces. So what we've got to do is we've got to figure out the rest of it. So we know 7 is what? Because we've already got it written down.
Well, I mean, dot, dot, dash, but 7, yeah.
It's 7. So write a 7 under the 7.
Yep.
All right. What is E?
14.
14. So write 14 up underneath that. What is I?
I would be nothing, and they don't. Oh, I did get that one. That one's 18.
Yes. So write 18. We know E is 14.
We don't have D.
Oh, don't worry about that yet. We'll come back to that. And then J is 19. D, we don't know yet. We know 0 is 0, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I would
Let me get my
assume
little
1
chip.
is 1. At
Okay.
this point, if 2 is 2.
You're absolutely right. So 1 is 1, and 2 and 2 is 2, and 0 is 0.
So all we
So
need
the
is
only
D.
one is D. Okay. So what is E?
E is 14.
So what would D be?
I guess 13.
Or
13.
15?
No, 13, because it would go backwards.
Oh.
Because
Oh, yeah.
D
Okay.
comes
Maybe
before
some
E.
Yeah.
So now what you should have is 10, 2, 14, 7, 19, 6, 18, 12, 7, 8, 17, 0, 19, 7, 14, 18, 14, 19, 13, 0, 1, 2, 0.
What's the Powerball number though? Like we gotta have the Powerball number here. Yeah, those are
All right.
winning numbers. Yeah, those are a lot of
So
numbers.
that is part of the key that they're going to need to solve all that jibber jabber down there. But sit this number aside, okay? Because we're not going to use it yet because there's still more clues on this page that we need to look at that are going to pertain to what we need to do or what the participants had to do. So where you see all that jibber jabber up underneath that black square, those are actually comments. Okay. So if you scroll down, say you were on that page for real, and you scroll down, you would see 2 images. All right. The first image was this.
Tell me when it pops up.
What's up?
Tell me when it pops up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. Lisa says, sounds like the numbers to Lost.
So it just was basically, if you want to
Welcome.
describe that for our audio listeners,
What do I need? What do you want me to describe?
It's a
Describe the picture.
It's a welcome mat like you put in front of
Oh,
your
it's
door.
a welcome mat. Yeah.
and it just says welcome on a white black background, just kind of a brown welcome mat, not anything, you know,
like, wipe your feet off.
yeah, not anything special. All right, so let's see where we're at. All right, so we did that. We did the exercise. Okay, and so yeah, so you see the picture that just has a welcome mat, and there's also another picture down below that. Let me pull this. That's the one thing I've got to say. I think StreamYard was a little faster with this stuff.
Yeah, it's a like I said earlier, I was actually having problems like uploading some videos to this, and I was like, ugh,
Yeah.
there's a little glitchy right there, but
Okay,
Okay.
so do you want to describe this one, Akia?
those look like holy candles. Wait, no.
They kind of
Oh, they
do.
are okay.
They kind of do. They look like saints.
Yeah, like the this is something you would get in
Wait a second. Hold on.
this is something that looks like something you would get in a whatchamacallit, in a oh, what is it called, a botanica, where where people who practice Santeria go.
It does look like those candles. It also looks to me like a book spine. And
Yeah.
for like our audio listeners, it's a picture of, say, like a medieval knight maybe, or someone in medieval clothing. Think of the spine of a book, and it's the same picture side by side by side by side by side by side by side in a top column, and then the same in a bottom column. And the more you go from left to right, the more distorted it gets, almost like it's glitching out.
I'm trying to see.
Would
if I
you
can-
agree?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to
Okay.
see if I could make it bigger on my end. 'Cause I want. There's something I want to look at.
Well,
There
Oh, wow.
actually there is something there, because what you're actually looking at is a stereograph. And everybody actually knows what a stereograph is, because they were hugely popular between like early 2000s and mid 2000s. Do you remember the books that had all the little teeny tiny pictures in it?
it's
And
a
if you
schooner.
like
It's a
crossed your
magic-
eyes,
Yeah,
like a
it's
3D picture would jump out.
It's a, yeah. It's a. Oh boy. See, the problem is, I would cross my eyes, and instead of popping out, everything would squish in.
But
a
you could
schooner.
see the other image, correct?
Not yet.
Yeah, it's. I keep making a reference to.
Well,
Mallrats.
this one I can't really. I mean, I can't see it big enough, but it is a stereograph, and some people say that you can see like kind of like a, I don't know, like a chalice or like
Let me take my glasses off. I can cross my eyes better.
No, I see saints in there. I definitely see that.
Oh, it's a cup.
yeah,
Where's
like a
the cup?
cup, like a cup or a chalice or something
Yeah,
along those lines.
but the top one is different than the bottom one too.
What are you talking about? No.
Well, this one is also labeled problems.
Problems. Yeah, when I saved it, it said problems.
Yeah, it's
What I'm
called
talking about.
problems.
So look at the right side of the top line
hmm
of where it gets blurry. It starts becoming different, and then you look at the bottom one, it's all uniformed.
No, it's
Yeah, it's
It's
just
actually, oh, I'm sorry.
it's like a DIY stereograph that somebody made by glitching out and kind of shifting these book spines around. Okay.
okay. So what I can see, because I can see it right now, but it's inverted because that's how I always see them.
hmm
Is the top of the cup is right here. The cup goes like this. There is no
hmm
stem. Like there's no stem to a goblet or anything like that. It is legit just like a cup. So here's the
Just like a
opening to
cup.
the cup, and then it goes around like this, but it does kind of like curve in a little bit more. So it is kind of facing towards you.
Send me that image
Right,
real fast.
right. So
Huh?
so what they
Send me the
did
image.
is do what?
Oh, I was telling Akia to send me the image to my messenger. That way I can see it on my phone. I can look at it a lot better than.
So what they wound up doing is they took both of these images, okay? They threw the welcome, which I just call the welcome, which is the welcome mat, as well as the problems picture. They threw both of those back into Outguess, okay? Now, when they threw the welcome image into Outguess, it popped up a message. And what that message said was,
From here on out, we will I can't even say it. Cryptographically sign all messages with this key. It is available on the MIT key server. Key ID 7A35090F, as is posted, and it gives
basically the title to the subreddit page, which is the A2E7J6, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Because it did say on there, verify, and then it gave that same number. So, what this is saying is, and what 3301 is saying, is they have confirmed that they will be using what is called a PGP confirmation key for all communications, images, anything that they send out. So basically, what that is, it's an electronic signature that ensures anything that is sent out as 3301 is in fact from 3301, because they understand that there are trolls on the internet and there are people that are going to try to take advantage of this, whatever this is, whether it's a puzzle, an ARG. We don't know at this point what this thing is. Okay. But they are letting everybody know that without this signature, this electronic signature, if a communication does not have that on there, it is not from them and people should ignore it. Okay. So, and just to let people know, PGP, it basically stands for pretty good privacy. And this is an encryption system to basically give people privacy with their, verbal communications, their text communications. And this was something that the cypherpunks were really, really big about, and they're actually the ones that actually invented the pretty good privacy, or the PGPs, the encryption system. So, now with
Okay.
this, do what?
By the way, for those of you who cannot see the image, this is basically what it is.
It's like a cup. Yeah,
And where
like
are
a
you
cup.
seeing that cup in here? I don't see it at all.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna open that again.
I'm looking at it right now. It looks
Let me open it again. Woo!
Woo!
Oh, I can open it through this.
Do you have it, or you need to set it back up?
No, I
Oh, no,
have
it's-
it. It's just not letting me click on it right now.
Well, let's move on because we still got a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of stuff we've got to do.
Yep.
Oh, we're going to be here all night. Okay. So basically what the welcome message was, or the welcome image, the hidden message, was basically letting everybody know that from this forward on, any communication that 3301 is going to be having with anyone, it's going to have an electronic signature. If it does not, do not accept it as part of this particular whatever this is. Okay. The second one that was labeled problems, it did begin with a PGP signature. And it said,
The key has always been right in front of your eyes. This isn't the quest for the Holy Grail. Stop making this more difficult than it has to be. Good luck, 3301.
so basically, what that message said was exactly right. The key was exactly in front of our eyes. So that piece of paper that we did using the title of the Reddit page, as well as the Mayan numbers, that's how we came up with a key. All right. So now we have that key that we all did together. They took that and they applied it through what's called a visionaire cipher. And it translated a new key, which was KCOHTGSMHIRATHOSOTNABCA. All right. Now with this permanent or newest key, which is the key that we, if we were participants, would actually need, we took that key, we took all of that jibber jabber that was on the Reddit page, that up underneath that black box, that black square, and we threw it into a visionaire ciphering program. Okay. Using that new key that we just came up with.
Okay.
And all that jibber jabber read, and I'm just going to read a small sample, was King Arthur was at Cerelone upon Usk, and one day he sat in his chamber, and with him were Owen, the son of Urin, and Canon, the son of Clydone, and Kai, the son of Kiner, and Guinevere and her handmaidens at needlework by the window. Now, this wound up being, do what?
I said, someone's the son of urine?
That's Urien, urine.
Yeah.
Yareen, urine. Yeah.
Yorn.
Urine. Yarn. So what this wound up being, okay, all this section of verses, I guess, if you wanted to say, it comes from a book by the name of and I want to make sure I say this right, the Mabinogion. Now, the Mabinogion is like a 13th or 14th century book. It was translated from the Red Book of Hergest, which is the collection of 11 prose stories collated from medieval Welsh manuscripts, drawing on pre-Christian Celtic mythology, with some of the themes having been dated back to the early Iron Age, and contains some of the oldest European folklore in existence.
Is this
This
basically
particular
blood for the blood god?
Do what?
This is starting to sound like blood for the blood god.
It's starting to sound a little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
So and this particular group of poses or sections of a story that came from a particular story within that book that's called The Lady of the Fountain. So, what are your theories so far, Hexus?
This is My theory is that they couldn't afford. They were like I just said, they couldn't afford the Lady of the Lake, so they went for the Lady of the Fountain.
I don't know. I mean, like an obscure piece of like
There's
literature. And
to
I've got
go
a picture of that book. Hold on. Go ahead. Keep
to
talking.
go to go this far back. They're implying very medieval things.
They're implying, yeah, a lot of
And now that I'm
like
seeing runes and everything involved in this is how can I
that's
describe
the
this?
book, the Mabinogion.
This is starting to feel more like they're trying to.
Oh, and it's got my Welsh dragon on it.
This is starting to feel like they're trying to incorporate magic within technology. Am I making any sense here?
Wait,
You are. You actually are. And you may not be far off.
I don't know how to
Or
describe. What's
or
the
your
term,
theories may change yet again.
Oh well, I imagine so.
The Lady of the what?
The Lady of the Fountain.
The Lady of the Fountain.
This is sounding it. What is the term in the MCU and like within comic books? The technomancers, the ones people who can actually control technology, opposed to like you have the necromancers that control dead, and you have whatever else. But these people who actually control technology like magic, like it's
well things are about to get a whole lot more real. So do you remember that code that we got that had all the numbers that were separated by the colons? When we deciphered the decoy picture at the very beginning of the puzzle? All right, so now that we have the book and we can and now that we have the story and we have the lines from the story that we need, we can throw all that information, the Lady of the Fountain and the 76 codes from the decoy secret message, and we place them into a book cipher. And guess what it squeezes out? And Akia, I'm going to let you read this. Because like I said, things are about to get a whole lot more real.
Beth wants to watch Excalibur now. Now I want to watch Excalibur too.
All right, and we might need to make that big. Can you make that a little bigger? So you see, we put the lines up there, and then we put the numbers that had the colons separating them.
King Arthur was at Carlion upon us, and one day he sat in his chamber, and with him were Owain, the son of Urian, and Kylon, the son of Lindo.
You bring your mic up.
And Kai, the son of Kiner.
Right, and it goes on and on and on. Like there's 76 of those little proses. So look down in the results. Look down in the results on that piece of information I put up there, and tell me what that book cipher spit out.
Ooh,
call us at telephone number 214-390-9608.
Okay, real fast.
Yes.
Real fast. So the King Arthur stuff is supposed to be like it's almost like a repeating number, like 666. The son of the whatever, son of the whatever, son of the what, and it keeps going and going and going.
2, 1.
I don't know. I don't know. I know that this is a book cipher program, and I am honestly not smart enough to tell you how a book cipher tool or program works. Other than you have to have the right criteria.
What I'm seeing though is like I'm not saying like 666, but a number like that, no matter what, whatever they repeat, they just keep going and going into infinity.
It's possible, but I honestly don't know. So this particular phone number, unfortunately, no longer works. Now, I will tell you, if you try to call that phone number, it's just going to hang up on you, which at first I thought was really odd because I was like, who the fuck has the money to be able to like reserve this phone number and it just not go to anybody? Because normally when you let a cell phone number go, it goes to the next person. Or even a landline, it goes to the next person. But then I got to thinking, I'm sure at some point the phone company realized this is a problematic number because it is connected to Cicada 3301, that they probably have just retired it. But I could be wrong. Somebody may have it reserved. to use at a later date. I don't know. But I do have a
it on my phone
recording.
now.
Yeah, call it on your phone right now.
See if it works. It's just gonna hang up. It hung up.
It didn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything. It just hangs up on you. That's all it does.
It doesn't ring. It doesn't anything.
No,
It
that
It just
literally
hangs
that is
up.
the weird part of it.
like it doesn't
It does.
go.
It doesn't go do. It doesn't do anything. It just cuts off. The line just goes dead.
So we have a comment that I do want to mention
Okay.
here.
Oh, you can bring the
All right,
chat back.
because I do have a recording of what you would have heard. But let's get to the comment first.
It's already in the technology. I've seen it. I was told and I was shown, but I was told not to look at him. The one behind me, the light said, "Do not look at him or the mirrors or the screen." But I seen it out of the corner of my peripheral, and it was bouncing back and forth from the mirror to the TV, and he looked black electricity straight up.
Huh?
Oh wow.
Feel like, you know what? It still somehow applies.
What?
Well, that's
What
what I'm saying. This like even like what I talk about in my other podcasts, like it's folklore, it's old history, but it's already happened. But this is still relevant. Like this puzzle is, or whatever this is still not completely solved. And we're gonna get to that later on when we get into part 2. But it's more recent. I just find this shit fascinating. Like I love a good mystery. And if you look, there are some of these things still out there. I was working on one here recently, like just the last couple of days. But unfortunately, after I ran a bunch of stuff through ciphers, I do believe I had the right answer, but it was to come up with a password in order to get further in a website. And I had a friend of mine that he's actually written articles for like tech magazines and stuff. He looked at it and it looks like it's probably the password area is not working. So
Okay.
it could just be like a major troll, just to frustrate people. But this kind of stuff is still out there.
Can we pause real fast? Robert Johnson's a new follower, I think. This is the first time he's ever been here. This is awesome.
Well, good.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome and thank
Hello.
you for commenting. This is awesome.
All right, so let's listen to what the phone number would have sounded like if you would have called it back in 2012. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, so this is what you would have heard. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good. You have done well. There are 3 prime numbers associated with the original final .jpg image. 3301 is one of them. You will have to find the other 2. Multiply all 3 of these numbers together and add a .com on the end to find the next step. Good luck. Goodbye.
All right, so, and I'll just repeat that if anybody had a hard time hearing it.
It does need to be a little bit louder.
Yeah, and I had it up as loud as it will go, but it said, very good. You have done well. There are 3 prime numbers associated with the original final JPEG image. 33001 is one of them. You will have to find the other 2. Multiply all 3 of these numbers together and add a .com to find out the next step. Good luck. Goodbye. Now, what everybody figured out was that they had to go all the way back to the very beginning, the original image that was posted on the 4chan X board. By taking the size of the image, which was 509 by 503 pixels, those both are prime numbers. So you would take 509 times 503 times 3301, and you would get 845,145,127.
Oh my
And
God.
then you would
go and
put
listen.
a .com on the end.
I got to send you carbon-based life forms, Odd Mother. That's in it.
What was
You're
it?
gonna.
You said
Do what?
4, 5.
Yeah,
What was
it
it?
doesn't work anymore.
No, but what
It's no
was it?
longer there. It was 845 145 127.com. Now it is no longer available. But what it did show was an image of a cicada and a countdown. So basically it was like, you see that double exposed cicada in our background, the white one?
Oh, we got to take this down real fast to show
Yeah,
that.
take that down.
Well, she's got Akia's got a picture up. There you go.
All right. Yeah, it was that. Hold on just a second. Let me try to get this out of here.
There
Okay.
you
So
Oh.
oops. What did I do? It was the
Okay.
white cicada. All right. And then it just had a countdown on the website. Now, again, applying outguessed on the image revealed a text. The text included the PGP signature, and it said,
You have done well to come this far. Patience is a virtue. Check back at 1700 on Monday, the 9th of January, 2012, UTC 3301.
now
Well,
UTC just basically means universal time.
Yeah, Universal Time, which
It'd be 5
I
o'clock. wouldn't
forget
it?
what we are on Universal Time because we are like quite a bit of a difference.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's-
I don't know a whole lot about universal time. But it was asking you to basically check back at 5 or 1700 universal time. Now time did go by, and the participants waited with great anticipation, but still they were a bit shocked at what came next. Suddenly, the message hidden in the image changed. It now contained what looked like coordinates spreading across the globe: Warsaw, Seoul, Paris, Sydney, Hawaii, Miami, New Orleans, and Seattle.
Welcome to Miami, bienvenido.
Now, what are your impressions now, Texas?
It's that repeating the prime numbers. I don't know. I need to do more research on this.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I don't
Now-
know. I think it's more along. I'm thinking nefarious, very nefarious things here. So it's more like plots on a map for a reason, and those were major
Oh
spots
shit!
where you have
And they're all over the fucking world.
and it's
all over the
military.
world.
It's
No,
all,
but I just understood something.
it's all
What?
military spots. Like those are major places that if you happen to take them out, you cause major disruption.
Or
to-
could it be a government entity?
Yep.
I just understood something though.
Very much ministry wrote about this.
You've been talking about prime numbers.
Yes.
You
Prime
keep
numbers are a
mentioning
big thing.
Everything
you
that
mean-
lives is holy. Some wisdom. The primes are sacred.
They are
The-
sacred. Where are you getting this?
She wrote it down.
I was reading I was looking at some of their ciphers.
Well,
I
don't get ahead. Don't get ahead, because I don't want to ruin it for anybody that doesn't know anything about this.
That I just noticed the primes are sacred.
Yeah, you may tell you something about cicadas, the actual bug, the cicada. Did you
Oh,
know that they only come out on prime number years?
Yes.
Only on
And then
prime number years.
the special ones come out every 17 years.
Yeah, but it's always on a prime number year. The scientists say it's a way to prevent them or from prey to kind of guess their schedule. Like if they
feel
were
like
just
that
come out
makes you
every
be
other
able to
year or
guess.
something like that. Do what?
So I feel like that would make you be able to guess, but I guess you'd have to be human to guess it.
Yeah, but
You'd have to be human to understand the prime numbers. Now,
So,
what?
but that
Uh-huh.
means there's something like that. That kind of, in a way, proves that there is something saying. I don't know how to describe it. It's basically saying that that the universe does have a plan. That there is, no matter what, something coming out and going, no, 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 no. These locusts right here, these cicadas are not coming out until the odds of
Maybe,
years.
maybe,
And no
maybe. Well,
matter
like
what,
this
no-
puzzle will pull you in, or whatever this is, will pull you in so many different directions. Now, what these coordinates wound up doing is they were places that, visiting these exact locations, the solvers would find a real poster with an image of a cicada and a QR code. And back in 2012, about the only people that used QR codes was real estate agents. Like QR codes were not a big thing during 2012. So would you go to one of these locations?
oh,
Like if you were
absolutely.
smart enough to get this far, would
Fuck
you
yeah.
go to one of these locations to look for the
Absolutely.
QR code?
Absolutely. I would go.
See, I always find this stuff like a million years later and go, "Oh, that would have been fun."
Doesn't mean we can't go.
Well, there's
I mean,
unfortunately there's nothing
we
there.
can't afford it.
All right. So when you got to the location, this is what you would see. I'll give it a minute to pop up. All right. So obviously, Cicada 3301 were resourceful enough and must have been organized enough to be able to basically place these posters all around the world. Now, granted, yes, I guess you could get on Craigslist and hire somebody to do it, but nobody's ever came out and said, "Oh, I was hired to do this." Okay, so the only assumption that I think logical is that there is more than one person that is involved with Cicada 3301. Now, I
Do
could
you
be
know what
wrong.
location this place was?
Do what?
Do you know what location that place was? That
I
picture?
don't know. I don't, not off the top of my hand. I don't know. Now, like I said, either they had members worldwide or they did a whole lot of fucking traveling to spread out these posters really quick. Now this puzzle is no longer an online thing. Like the QR code doesn't do anything anymore or anything like
Yes, it
that.
does.
Does it?
Yes, but you can't get to
Ah,
where it goes.
So,
oh,
So what it says is visit 845145127.com.
huh. I don't know. It might be worth
so
looking into.
Hold on. There you go.
looking into
I
right
don't
now,
know.
I just did it quickly just to see what came up. I typed in what demons are associated with cicadas. Well, right now, what I found was the golden cicada is demonic is a demon associated with cicadas. The golden cicada is a demon associated with cicadas in Buddhist literature. The golden cicada was banished to the mortal world for disrespecting the Buddha Fa, and had to suffer 10 incarnations. So
I don't
cicadas have
know.
also been associated with renewal, rebirth, transformation. For example, in Plato's I can't the mortal who was carried a mortal who was carried off by the goddess Eos eventually turned into a cicada after Zeus granted him immortality, but not eternal youth. In
Yeah, I
ancient
don't know.
Greece, the muses turned men who were obsessed with singing into cicadas. The cicadas were tasked with keeping track of which humans properly revered the muses, the goddesses of music, poetry, and myth. In Japan, the cicada life cycle is a reminder of the passing and nature of all things. So this is all
It's like
very much
really
rebirth and
weird.
regrowth, destruction. Very
And
much about chaos.
you may be onto something. And a lot of that I think we'll know a little bit better in part 2. Um, but I will tell you that with these QR codes, there were actually 2 of them, and they both led to a book cipher. Okay, one was easier to find and harder to decipher. One was harder to find and easier to decipher. So the first message, which actually came from the one that was easier to find,
This leads
it
us to
said,
San Juan Mayo, man. I swear to God.
It,
If you've
it said,
sorry.
in
I know.
29 volumes, knowledge was once contained. How many lines of the code remained when the Mabinogian paused? Go that far in from the beginning and find my first name.
and then it gives a whole bunch, it gives a number and some colons and another number, just like that book cipher from the decoy image.
And then it says, you've shared too much to this point. We want the best, not the followers. Thus, the first few there will receive the prize. Good luck, 3301.
And it was accompanied by the PGP signature. Now, the second message read,
A poem of fading death, named for a king, meant to be read only once and vanish. Alas, it could not remain unseen.
and then it gives you, again, some numbers with a colon and some more numbers. And it says the same thing.
You've shared too much to this point. We want the best, not the followers. Thus, the first few there will receive the prize. Good luck, 3301.
And that too came along with the PGP signature.
Bold
Now, of
kings. They received the quickening, didn't they?
Now, of course, the second book cipher was broken first. Okay, that's the one, remember, that's easier to find, but harder to actually de-encrypt, like
Hey, Riker.
to decode. Okay. Now, that second book cipher was from a book that is called Agrippa, A Book of the Dead by William Gibson. Now, it's basically a poem. And the weird thing about Agrippa is that when you open the book, it's cut out. You know, like when you see in the movies where somebody takes a big book and they cut it out and stick a gun in it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, within that book, there is a space that's cut out, and there's a 3 by 5 inch disc, almost like a floppy disk, that comes with the book. When you put it into your computer, you can only read the poem once, and then it encrypts itself, and it's no longer readable. The words in the book are written with a special ink. So once they're exposed to light, like once you open that book and turn that page, the letters slowly start to fade. So you've got to be really fucking fast with make sure you're copying this shit or at least getting it decoded through a book
This
cipher.
is also in 2012 too. So whoever went there probably had a cell phone and they took pictures of the pages and everything that they needed.
Must
to take.
have.
Because
I mean, we did. I think they were more like the little Nokia things.
oh yeah, well, I mean, 2012. I had what did I have? I had an iPhone 4. So
I may have too. Yeah, I think Nokias were a little before that.
Yeah, it was the iPhone 4, the 4S, when they finally like upgraded it and all this other stuff. And it was actually back when Apple actually worked, when Steve Jobs was running everything.
Things were so much. I miss the old days.
I remember getting that phone
All right.
going, I will never go back to Android. And then the minute, there we go.
All right. So
am I allowed to say the entomological information on it? Because I know what kind of cicada it is.
Yeah.
Let's wait till the end when we get to the theories.
Okay, because I know exactly what kind of cicada it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do. I'm sorry, Odd Mother. Next episode, I am going to be doing a ton of research on this because I am ill prepared on this one. Normally,
I wanted to get an actual response.
Yeah,
I didn't want you guys knowing a whole lot about it. To get like an actual true response from it.
Okay, so here's the weird thing. I've always
This
had
stuff will suck you down a rabbit hole. I'm telling you.
I've always had an affinity for cicadas.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was a kid, my dad took me to this place called Juniper Forest.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened to be a year that the cicadas were coming out. And there were cicadas everywhere. Like, and the whole place just had that hum, that high-pitched
Yeah.
hum that they make. And they were flying into you and smacking into you. And my dad was, because I was freaking out, and my dad was like,
Mm-hmm.
no, seriously, they're totally like, they're not gonna bite you. Pick one up.
Right.
And so there was one on the ground, and I just like grabbed it, and here's this big thing going in my hand. And so like I've
They're
always had,
huge. They always want to
oh,
get my hair.
they're like this big.
Yeah.
And I have seen, actually that year in particular was the 17-year ones. So
Mm-hmm.
they were the ones that were black and red on top of it all. But I've always liked cicadas because of it, because that was they're not katydids. Katydids are completely different.
Yeah,
than
katydids are a little bit. They're different.
Katydids kind of look like leaves.
Like a leaf grasshopper, sort of.
Yeah. And I had a joke the other day that I sent to my dad that was like, some people didn't get the joke, and then I sent a picture of the katydid.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I don't get it. I was like, what's the name of that bug? And he was like, what? And he thought about it for a second. I was like, it's a katydid. He's like, oh my gosh. I sent the dad joke.
Oh my goodness.
People don't
Our daughter loves that. She loves to tell dad jokes. She can, like, I need to just get her a book of like dad jokes she can go around and just tell.
But yes, I know the species of the cicada.
Cicada.
I know the genus.
Well, let's talk about it in the theories, because I still got a whole bunch I got to go through real quick, and we've been on almost 2 hours. All right. So then the first book, after the second book was decrypted, the first book was basically located. And it was actually the Encyclopedia Britannica, the 11th edition, volume 6, slice 3, in the section Chitterell to Cincinnati. Now, both of these books wound up decrypting a text that led to an onion address. Do you know what an onion address is?
Yes, I keep seeing the .onion when I look at things.
What are they again? Is it like the onion? Is it just a joke or something? Or
no, it's not the onion. It's an onion address.
That's an onion address.
It's basically it's a layered address.
Yep.
So
onions have layers. Like
onions have layers. So therefore, and you knew it would get here eventually. If you are familiar with the dark web, you will recognize this is an address on the Tor network.
Dark web.
And of course, anybody that doesn't know, the dark web is a kind of internet underground which requires specific software and configurations to access. Identities and locations stay anonymous and cannot be tracked. And this is where the puzzle went off grid.
Yeah, now, I have a few .onion websites that I have found throughout this whole messaging that I've been looking at.
Be very careful. I don't know enough about the dark web
I'm not
be able to go on there safely.
No. I've written them down. I know. I have a few different .onions.
The thing with the dark web too, it's not that easy to get into it, because it's not set up like our internet.
Well, no, exactly. You've got to have certain types of like software, I think, to be able to access it.
And you also have to understand. You have to know. It's almost from what I've heard, it's like DOS. You have to input everything and know what you're doing to go around it. And for the most part, when you do get in the dark web, you can either look around and be fine, or you go in the wrong spot, and next thing you know, someone's calling your phone and saying, "Hey, We know who you are doing, and you're doing this. Get out of here now before we get to your house. And they'll give you your
Yeah.
address right to you.
Yeah, it's this very scary place. It's not a silly place. It's a very scary place.
Stay away from it if you can.
On
Yeah.
second thought, Camelot's a silly place.
It's so when the participators followed these instructions and found that onion address, they went to that onion site. They were met with this particular message, and it said, "Congratulations. Please create a new email address with a public free web-based service. Once you've used one you've never used before and enter it below. We recommend you do this while you're still using Tor for anonymity. We will email you a number within the next few days in the order in which you arrived at this page. Once you receive it, come back to this page and append a slash and then the number you received to this URL, 3301." And it also had the signature.
This
So-
is definitely some ninth gate shit right now.
Right? So they
It
want
is.
you to go somewhere like Yahoo or Gmail or Hotmail, I guess was still popular back
Just
then.
anything you haven't used previously.
Yeah. Break a new email address that you have not used.
Yeah.
So after a month, the image on the subreddit, remember the original image? It changed. And it said,
"Hello. Thank you for your dedication and effort. If you were unable to complete the test or did not receive an email, do not despair. There will be more opportunities like this one. Thank you all, 3301."
and then it gives a PS with a series of numbers. And I've got a copy of that if anybody wants to see it. Let's see. Right there. So that's what wound up being posted on that original 4chan board about a month later, basically telling everybody that had participated, because see that onion address, it had a timer on it. So it only took the first few people that got there first. That's what it meant by saying it wants the first and not the followers. So there were, I think, like only about 11 people that actually got in within that timestamp.
Have those people come forward with what they saw, or they've just kept it to themselves?
As it stands right now, because remember we're pretending like we're in 2012, they completely go dark.
Oh, okay.
They just completely go dark. Now, what happens after this isn't possible to verify as far as Caseta 3301 or what any of these participants went through, because Caseta 3301 goes dark, along with, like I said, all the participants that were the first to arrive and receive acceptance emails. But some emails did wind up leaking. But remember, even those leaked emails, none of them were accompanied by the PGP or PGP verifier. So we can only like make speculations.
Yeah.
We can't say that any of those leaked emails after this fact, after this time period where they said that they had already found the people that they needed, are actually true. They could be, trolls. They could be for real. They could just be made up. Nobody knows. So really now is the time if you guys want to talk about theories. I know that Akia says she knew what type of caseta that was. And that may wind up becoming relevant as to what that particular species is.
87418.
Whitechapel, the dark onion.
The dark onion.
The dark onion.
7011. I am writing down a few numbers real fast. 74766.
I'm telling you, Vic, this stuff will suck you in and like talk about obsession. You will wind up getting obsessed with this kind of shit.
3
It's still
1 3 3
feeling
0
like
1. Oh, whoa.
what?
in one of the locations that I found, 47.66419 by -122.3301.
Yeah.
That's one of the locations.
Hmm.
Huh.
That's actually one of the locations that they have things at. Had.
Well,
I wonder what's there.
is it that's that latitude longitude basically?
Yeah.
So we should put.
Look at it on Google Maps.
Yeah.
I'm writing them down
And-
first.
What's the number?
And just look at the satellite image.
So 20. Okay, so the first number is going to be 47.664196.
Okay.
This
And
stuff's
then the
fun,
next-
isn't it?
Put comma, I guess. And then the next is negative. Minus. 1.
So I'm gonna put this on for the theories.
Point
Put on my aluminum
31
tinfoil hat.
3301.
3301.
No, 0.31 3301.
So 3301 is just a signature. It's just them signing off, right?
It's an address.
No, it's an address in.
Hold on. It is on University Way, Northeast University Way, and Northeast 47th Street.
It's between Brooklyn Avenue and University Way.
What city?
That's what I'm looking for. I wanted you to pan out a little bit.
It is.
Seattle, Washington.
Did you get that from the QR code, or did you get that from the
thing,
longitude and latitude numbers?
The numbers.
4741 University Way, northeast, Seattle, Washington.
It's a doctor's office.
That's probably where one of those
98
posters were.
Yeah.
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 It's a doctor's office now.
Huh.
But it went right to an address.
Crazy, isn't it?
And we also see what's happening in Washington right now with no police, no anything. In Seattle.
2.312576. Try this one. 37.
Hold on. So 37.
Dot 577
Okay.
070 comma.
Hold on. Okay.
126 dot. I just lost everything. 81 3122.
And that was
in Florida.
No, that's in Seoul. That's in Korea.
That's in Korea.
That
Yeah,
was
so
another
these are all the
location where
addresses.
where the posters were, or the flyers.
Okay,
So
you
what
said-
time?
Whoa. Okay, so what's going on in Korea right now? Martial law. And then you go look at, and this is Seoul is the capital, right?
Yeah.
And then you go look at Washington and Seattle. What's going on? What's happened over there since 2012?
They defunded the police. Basically.
Defunded the police, and it's practically chaos over there now. In Seattle.
Well, I'm just gonna say no comment until we get into part 2.
Okay. Well, I have all those written down. I'm going to be looking them all up. So, this is not the best drawing of the cicada. That's a cup.
Mhm.
Hold on. That was the drawing.
Oh,
of
let me
the cup.
get this down so people can hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
So
There we go.
this is a very wonky cicada because I ran out of room and the wings should have been longer. But this one is a member of the Distontalna genus. It was originally the Tocena genus. And so this is the Distontalna splendida, which is a cicada species from the Southeast Asian areas.
Okay.
And Hexus over here was mentioning.
What does this have to do? This has something to do with the Yellow King, doesn't it?
Well, you were mentioning the golden cicada. and the golden
Oh
cicada
shit!
would
Texas, you done hit on
technically
something.
be
Time
the
is
Discentalna splendida, and it was originally, I think, discovered and named in 1878.
Oh
is
damn!
this telling us that time is circular? Because there's events now that we've let time happen.
Look at, so do you see the picture?
Yeah.
The gold?
Yes.
This is the cicada you were talking about.
Yes.
And it's very prominent in like Thailand and Myanmar, India, those places.
Huh.
So and they basically the reason why I was looking at that was
Mhm.
because I sent you a picture. I don't know if you want to try to pull that up or if I should. I could probably do it.
Try to pull it up. I'm not gonna try it on my phone. I'll wind up disconnecting or some shit.
Okay. So, image. Here you go. Take a look at that.
Oh
And
my!
so, yeah.
Oh wow!
And then these, you're gonna laugh, but the differentiation. You know how like when they made it negative, you see the
Mhm.
darkness where all the light is, right?
Right.
So these are actually additional. It's a trait from this specific cicada that these are
Okay.
additional wing pieces. They're actually called anal wings.
Anal wings.
Yeah,
I'm glad I
anal.
don't have anal wings.
But
You get hemorrhoids, you might.
this
I'm
is
just kidding.
this part right here is part of the differentiation on the genus and the species.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, what's
See,
crazy?
that was actually pretty. The ones that fly around and get in my hair are kind of creepy looking.
Yeah, no, this one's kind of pretty.
So they said prime numbers are sacred, right? Well, 12 isn't a prime number, so but 13 is. I wonder what's going to happen on January. What was it? What was the anniversary date again? January 2nd or something like that.
January 4th is when they originally showed up.
That's not a prime number.
No, that's not.
Mm.
But 13 years later, 2025,
True.
13 is a prime number, and the anniversary of that. Well, what would be a prime
Well,
number?
but I believe 2012 was a leap year, correct?
Which makes it
Or was it 2013?
no to every single president. So this year is a leap year. Every single presidential election is a leap year.
I know
Or
one.
will be a
I
leap year.
want to say 2012 was a leap year. I want to say.
Yeah.
So
It's always
well. Let me.
the Olympics and all that stuff always land on a leap year. The presidential elections always land on a leap year, with the exception of during the pandemic when they pushed it one year.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Well, let me read one of the supposed leaked emails that one of the participants received that actually made it through the time gate to that onion address and received an acceptance email. And it said,
Congratulations. Your test has finally come to an end. We hope you have enjoyed the vacation over the last few weeks. You will be very busy now should you choose to join us. You have all wondered who we are, and so we shall tell you now. We are an international group. We have no name. We have no symbol. We are a group of individuals who have proven ourselves, much like you have, by completing this recruitment contest. And we are drawn together by a common beliefs. A careful reading of the text used in the contest would have revealed some of these beliefs: that tyranny and oppression of any kind must end, that censorship is wrong, and that privacy is an inalienable right. We are not a hacker group, nor are we a wares group. We do not engage in illegal activities, nor do our members. If you are engaged in illegal activities, We ask that you cease any and all illegal activities or decline the membership at this time. We will not ask questions if you decline. However, if you lie to us, we will find out. You are undoubtedly wondering what it is that we do. We are much like a think tank. And our primary focus is on researching and developing techniques to aid the ideas we advocate: liberty, privacy, security.
This just a Whitechapel and Keys. Anonymous was around before 2012.
Yeah.
So I mean, it does sound like Anonymous. It's not. This is. I can tell you right now what.
I mean, I joked earlier about it being anonymous.
Were they actually around before 2012? I thought it was kind of.
I remember the stuff with Occupy Wall Street. Anonymous was around then, and that's
true.
So, but here's
that was 2013 though, wasn't it?
No,
because Obama was already in office.
Occupy Wall Street.
Obama was in
2009.
office.
The minute Obama came in, that's when the Occupy Wall Street stuff started happening. Which, on a random note, which is hilarious, to
2003
to see liberals
2003.
be like,
okay.
oh my God, the FBI would never go into the J6 stuff. But then they were immediately, the first thing they were claiming was FBI coming into the whatchamacallit, the Occupy Wall Street and causing problems. And look what happened. This came out today or yesterday.
Well,
I was listening to something about Operation Mockingbird, and a lot of this reminds me of Operation Mockingbird as far as the way what we were just saying, not necessarily this, but what you were just saying about how our government inserts itself.
So this is, I mean, if you look at the prime, if you go back to the prime number and you look what happened here, who's being inaugurated in January? What's going on with privacy? What's going on with our liberty? Everything is being reinforced in January when Trump takes office.
13 years later.
Prime number.
Yep. And I will tell you, this particular supposed leaked email could actually be for real, because it had, when the original one was released, it had weird markers. In other words, there may have been a comma or a phrase or something in the email that didn't look quite right. So in other words, when I say marker, say I sent you an email, Hexus, you an email, Akia, and I punctuated it different. Okay. And because I don't know, I thought, if there was a problem with information getting out.
Yeah.
So you're going to assume your letter looks just like Akia's. Akia's going to assume her letter looks just like yours. They don't. They have markers on them. So that way, when somebody releases one, they know exactly who it was that did it.
Yeah, you're not gonna pay attention to commas and periods, especially if one happens
Exactly.
here and there, because it's gonna be like, oh my God, there is a comma here, and it feels right, but then you also don't have to put that in other writing. I don't know. So I totally understand it. It's I hate to let some things out here, but this stuff I do just to see what gets out.
So are you still thinking like it's an anonymous type person or something like that?
No, I definitely think it. I know I want to save more of it for next episode, but I do think this has a lot to do. Still has a lot to do with AI. Has a lot to do with people who are behind AI. Has a lot to do with people seeing things coming, and the fact that they put Seattle and Seoul in there.
Of course, the two that we look up happen to be those.
It's very clear. No one can really see the future. Like, I mean, maybe they can, but you can see, you can look into things and you can see how things are going to go by how people are doing stuff, by their actions at the time. You can see. Go back and look at 2008. For me, it was bittersweet when Obama got in office. It was awesome to see a black man, a black gentleman come in there and finally get the highest office in the land. It was awesome to see that. But at the same time,
His
I saw
policies
a lot of control coming. I saw a lot of censorship coming because of him.
Right.
A lot of division. And you could gauge roughly about 20 years was going to be the Democrats' control. And I know I'm going to a political place with this. I'm just using this as an analogy. That's all. You could see how things were going to go roughly 16 to 20 years later, which is roughly where we're at right now.
Well, let me confuse you a little bit more. Let me just throw this out there. So remember the ideas they advocate for, which are liberty, privacy, and security?
Yes.
Those were the same type of ideals that the cypherpunks advocated for. And the cypherpunks are not only connected to that PGP, the pretty good privacy, but they're also connected to Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
The inventors of Bitcoin. So, could it be, I don't know, like renegade, almost like Robin Hood hackers? Not necessarily the black hat hackers, but more like the white hat hackers.
It's I know there's a huge comment right there we need to get to here in a second, but it very much sounds like that. It does. I don't know. I'm really getting this whole turnaround. Like, and again, I'm not trying to bring up politics again in this because I'm trying to keep the conspiracy theories and have fun here, but it really does start to feel like what happened. The huge change in the Republican Party, the fact that we kicked the neocons out. We really went.
Like I said, I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm going to save that part for part 2 because you may be onto something. You may be completely off base. I don't know.
I want to know if we have any math geniuses in our fan base.
I'm sure we do.
Because I would like them to hit me up. Because I
have a
math problem for them to solve.
Yeah, hit Akia up and see if you can solve that math problem or help her figure out what's going on there with it.
Because when you start adding letters to numbers and stuff, that's when my brain goes, ah!
Yeah. I'm telling you, you can get sucked down a rabbit hole with this kind of stuff to where it just consumes you. Now, I will go ahead and throw out too that now 3301 was not the first to use puzzles as a way to attract and test possible candidates. Now, remember, in 1942, the Government Code and Cipher School in Great Britain, better known as Bletchley Park, the UK's principal code-breaking center during World War II, realized that they needed fresh minds to fight the war against German ciphers. They devised a contest, a cryptic crossword puzzle, published by the Daily Telegraph, whose solvers were approached by the government to help with war efforts. The logic behind this idea was that by solving the puzzle, the potential candidates demonstrate lateral thinking and an indirect and creative approach to solving problems, essential traits in successful code breakers. The NSA, the FBI, and the UK's GCHQ also uses puzzles in its screening process for new employees, and so does Google.
Yeah. I mean,
Huh.
do you want to some of the classes that I was taking?
Mm-hmm. I remember the ethical ones.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right, we have a very long comment here.
And at first, for a second there, I thought it was AI, but then I saw the.
Yeah, it's very long. But
not saying that Robert is AI. I'm saying that maybe at first for a second there I was like, was that Chat GP? But there's some grammatical errors in there, which shows that.
It shows that 3301 is watching us.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Well, I will tell you that during this particular part of the contest, this was not all planned out. You can tell by the way that they keep up with people. They were watching.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I could tell you something here, or it looked like black electricity. It speaks or he speaks. I had this whole experience in March, and this light had to shine on me. This light of source, this light spoke and something else. I hate that it highlights it when I go to look
Yeah,
at
that's the thing. I was trying to read it too, and
it.
I guess we're finding some issues.
Something
with
else
restream.
came before the light and told me he was on its way to get up now, and he is on his way. I was told to get into my hallway. As soon as I did, it was behind me and it had a voice, and it was not of light in my hallway. There are no screens or mirrors. I know it sounds unbelievable, but it's true. They came in the clouds first that afternoon, and it scared me. I looked at these faces in the clouds and I could not believe what I was seeing. It came in these dark clouds. It was faces and scary faces and beautiful faces and devil faces. Like if you think about how you stick your face into a bowl of water and the water will form
Mhm.
around your face, this is what it looked like, faces
Oh,
peeking
shit.
into our dimension. And they were looking straight at me, and I was scared. I looked straight up and there was something on a platform right above me looking down at me. And this platform had some kind of blue energy coming or cloaking it. And I was looking into a person or alien's face, and it was trying to talk to me, moving its mouth, and I could not judge its expression fully. I was looking behind it. Uh, hold on.
Sorry, I
I
was trying
don't
to
know.
make
Will
it.
the comment thing let you comment? Like, does it cut you off at a certain section?
No, it
Hold
just
on.
every time we highlight it or put the mouse over it or the cursor, it like
Oh,
highlights
it
so we
cuts
can't
it
see
off.
comment.
Yeah.
So we have to, we're having to read it.
I was looking behind it and it was a huge vortex connected to this being. And in this vortex, I could see space. I then was like, fuck this, and went into my home.
Right?
and,
Gone.
and I was scared. I thought I was going crazy for a minute, but I was literally there, not just spiritually, but physically. And that was the afternoon around dusk. And then I know this all sounds weird, but someone said to me, Rob, get up. You have to get up. He is on his way. I sat up and was like, what the fuck? I then heard the voice say, get up now and get into the hallway. He's on his way. I ran into my hallway. I was told to kneel down at Jesus' feet. I mean, hear a voice and see this stuff. I just seen you going to listen, so I knelt down, and as soon as I did, that's when the voice or the angel or he said he was here. Don't move, do not open your mouth. And this thing came behind me, and it was sniffing me and grunting,
Oh,
and
fuck
it
no.
was
Like I've seen some scary shit. So I am not going to tell anybody something did not happen, but I would have been out of there. That would have scared the
oh yeah.
absolutely fucking shit out of me.
It was right at my ear. It was speaking. It had this weird laugh. This voice or angel said,
Nope.
whatever you do, he cannot stand in front of you. He only has a certain amount of time to be here. This thing or fallen one behind me then began to what felt like blow freezing cold breath on me. And I could literally feel my life force fading, being kicked out of me, like my essence or soul being pulled. And it felt like death. And the voice said, pray, Robert. You have to pray. So we began to pray. And again, I was told not to open my mouth. Do not open your mouth. So I prayed. And this one behind me was laughing and angry, and I could feel its emotion. And that's when the light hit me. I say hit me because the light was heavy and it was bright and it was blinding and was a light, and it was white in the center and the edges. It was blue and it was heavy. And I know this is strange, but it happened. Actually, I was told in the light, get up, because I was exhausted. The light said, walk into your kitchen and get water or whatever. Now we're going into signs and hey, JD, what's up?
Signs.
Signs, and all I could picture is Joaquin Phoenix not hitting the nail while he's hammering. I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of you.
Yeah, no.
Now, if somebody said demon, I'm like, yep,
Yeah, pretty much demon.
pretty much.
That's what I could hear.
JD said anal beads, butt stuff.
Anal beads and butt stuff and feta cheese. So
This is a pretty interesting experience, Robert.
Well,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah,
Hold on, let's
it's
see.
terrifying.
It is very terrifying because we've all had some weird experiences with stuff like
Yeah.
this.
But whatever I
That's
do
the
to
reason
not
I
leave
will never
behind-
tell anybody something did not happen. Like,
Oh,
oh, you're just
exactly.
making
No,
that
there's-
up. Because I'm
it-
like, fuck no, I see some shit.
I always take the Art Bell
hmm
side. I might make jokes here and there or whatever, but we are absolutely listening to you, and we're
Okay,
Yep.
there's a lot more.
There's a lot.
There is. Sorry, I'm gonna try to see if I can get where I was.
By the
The light
way-
said walk into your kitchen and get water, but whatever. I do.
I'm sorry.
I am
the light
not.
said go, real fast. You said the light said go into the kitchen and get some water. I was like, okay, whatever. Fuck. Okay, I'll go get some fucking water.
Whatever.
There was just a demon breathing in my back.
Listen, whatever I do, I am not to look behind me or at the mirrors or at the screen in my living room. This is where I could see, even though I was not looking, but it was like this thing behind me was forcefully trying to get in front of me. And it was like a force field. I say force field because it was like an invisible wall holding it between me because it could not get past me. And I could hear it was frantically trying. And I heard it felt it bouncing back and forth from mirror to the screen. And I seen it, like I said, it looked like black electricity, but only out of my peripheral because I was not trying to look at it. I got a glimpse of it besides hearing him or it and it doing the thing with the breath and the thing on the platform was warning me for what was coming. It was warning me to keep my mouth closed and this experience happened. There are many things I left out because it's a text and I have it all written down because the stuff in the clouds did not go away for almost 2 months. The light said he was sent and only had a certain amount of time, that he uses technology and mirrors and he basically is scrolling for souls, and not people. Many people knew this. I know I probably sound like a crazy person, but
Look, there's
it
so
is
many
what
things
it
in
is.
this
I can
world that
tell-
cannot be explained. I am not going to diss anybody for something that they've seen or that that gut feeling that you feel sometimes that you know, like when you know you need to run. You know what I'm
can
talking
tell.
about?
Oh, let's see. Hold on. I could tell you some things, cosmic cryptographer, etc., higher dimensional being, negative space beings, dimensional insights, the messengers, the angels, the light. I know this may be off topic for what you are explaining right now, but
If we get
everything
to
is
the-
connected.
We get to the end of this, and there's a mason jar. I'm kidding.
I was waiting for it. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
I
it
was
may
waiting for it.
again. A lot of this, a lot of this stuff is going to be in part 2, where we get because this we haven't even scratched the surface yet.
We got a paragraph left. We're almost done.
We're almost done.
We are gonna get through this, Robert.
I know this may be off topic for what you were explaining right now, but everything is connected and it's all cosmic knowledge with the frequency and the vibration of the alignment of your being. And sometimes things happen for a purpose that you are meant to experience to help explain a piece of the puzzle to help others gain insight into what is happening. Spiritual warfare is for control of people's minds. And I believe this is why this happened to me, because I was shown spiritual warfare in a physical manifestation from higher dimensional beings, which were looking straight at me from the sky. The being on the platform was different than the things looking down from the clouds, but they were all there for a purpose. Sorry for such a long message.
Oh,
but it's true, and it happened, and I've been sharing this experience with others.
Well, look what just came out this year. Look what just came out this month. Underwater aliens. And the government's like, yeah. So then it makes you wonder, what was all the new underwater nuclear tests they were doing?
They were blowing up alien
Cthulhu.
communities.
Well,
Cthulhu.
exactly.
That's the bloop. That's the bloop. That is Cthulhu snoring.
Yeah, Cthulhu Fatagan.
Well, I mean, instead of basically what happened is we were like, you know what? H.P. Lovecraft rammed a ship through Cthulhu. Why don't we just ram a nuke through him? A magic.
I don't know.
nuke.
He'd probably be like those resurrection dogs from Hellboy, and like 2 of them will pop up or something.
Well,
oh my god, that third Hellboy was so good.
That's the 4th one.
I'm over here going. I just want to go meet Shum Nagoroth.
The 3rd one came out about 2 years ago with the new Hellboy.
Nagoroth.
I can't think of the other hell. What's his face? who plays the
No,
sheriff
I
in-
thought this was the third one that we just
No,
watched.
this is the fourth one. The
Oh my
other one
God, it was
with,
so good. Well, whatever. It was so good.
what's
Which
his,
one? Which is the one with Baba Yaga?
the one? That's what I'm trying to say. The one with the sheriff from Stranger Things. He plays Hellboy in the third one.
Okay, I've got to go look this up. I had no
it's a good
fucking
one.
idea.
It's an absolute. It's my favorite. Look, I love. What's his face as Hellboy in the first two. Guillermo del Toro's awesome, but that
Yeah,
third one
but
is
they were a little bit more fantastical.
yeah, the third one is the first one that's rated R, and
Yeah.
it's the one where he looks really like Hellboy.
I
mean,
was just excited to see Baba Yaga, and I wanted to see more.
yeah, Baba Yaga's.
Well, I like the Dark Horse vibes from the one that we just watched. That one was so good. The one where they're in Appalachia.
Yeah,
oh my God,
it
that
was
was so
really,
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that
All
was
right,
such a
so-
good one. We just watched that one too.
Oh, that was so good. I loved it. So let's go ahead and finish this. So we've gone
Yes.
over our theories. We've gone over our leaked emails. Again, we don't really know. We're just kind of at an assumption level at this point when it comes to 3301, or what in the hell happened to these particular participants that actually did make it through the time gate. So everything was quiet. It's like they disappeared off the face of the earth until January 5th, 2013, exactly 1 year and a day from the original post, when a new message popped up on 4chan's X board, same black background, same white text, and it read,
Hello again. Our search for intelligent individuals now continue. The first clue is hidden in this image. Find it and it will lead you on the road to us. We look forward to meeting the few that will make it all the way through. Good luck, 3301.
and that's where I'm going to stop this feed tonight.
I'm definitely gonna go. I gotta go do research on this now. Are we coming back in 2 weeks, or are we just gonna say screw it and come back next week and get this done?
I don't know. It's up to you guys.
I'd like to do this next week. This is too.
We could do this next week.
Yeah, because we do have
Yeah.
Christmas after that. I think next week is.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to have to. We can't make everybody wait that long.
Yeah, we'll get this done next. We'll have it next Thursday, and
Okay.
we'll have the conclusion
That
of
works.
this. Then we'll be off for Christmas, and
Yep.
then this is a weird time for us to start our season because both of us, Akia had surgery on her gum surgery and stuff
And
like
I
that.
had gum surgery,
Gum jaw surgery, and then I had
gum surgery, guys.
guys, just to let everyone in on
This
on-
has
on
just
it.
been an awful year. I'll be very honest with you. Starting at about May, it just went to
Yeah.
shit.
I have a
We-
broken jaw right now.
We had to. Well, you should have had dinner ready, shouldn't you? No, I'm just kidding.
Definitely not from you.
No. No, we planned to start everything up, and then I kept having major issues with abdominal pain,
Mhm.
and turned out to be the worst top 5 worst gallbladders my surgeon ever seen.
It's gonna be inside of a.
I hope so.
Well, if they give you, if
Are
they
you going to
ask
be in a
you-
mummer museum?
My gallbladder probably is.
That's what I mean. Like
I'll
an
be the
oddity shop, an oddities museum.
When I'm finally gone from this world, you'll see my bisected body like the horse. Here's where his
That's
messed
not
up gallbladder.
bisection.
Oh, I
That
don't know.
was like.
Or
Have you
quad.
seen that thing where they take chunks and chunks and chunks?
Is it anything
Spread it
like the cell where they take the horse and go?
Yeah, oh, it's
Exactly.
exactly. It is
Nope,
that.
nope.
They've done it. It's amazing.
But it's a dead horse, though, obviously, but not like.
It's plasticized, and
Like the
so-
bodies.
Yeah, it's at the
Real-
Bodies Museum.
So
Mhm.
They have one in Vegas with the horse and one in Buena Park with the human that they do the same exact thing with.
but
Oh,
no,
wow.
we had
It's so cool.
surgeries, everything go on, and then we were like, well, let's try to do the Wonderland stuff, and even that
And
was
then I got a cold.
yeah, we kept getting sick, everything, and we're like,
It's
you know what?
just it's been awful. It's been absolutely awful. Like I
Yep.
hope 2025 is better. At least I mean, I'm not gonna say it was that bad, but I mean,
Oh.
I just hope it's better than it has been for
I-
the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Get the gallbladder out. Get it out.
Oh no,
Get
it's
it
gone.
out.
It's gone.
Not you.
Oh,
So,
Beth says
and I
New Year's
will
Eve
be
is
on
gonna be
tomorrow
hot.
night, Mother Delamort. I'll be going over bog bodies. We'll be talking about bog bodies,
Is that
not bog butter, but bog bodies.
butter.
is that tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, so this Wednesday I have Valkyrie
Hmm.
on Chit Chat. And I will say there's a special edition the week after on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's
There is
right.
a very special edition. You guys are gonna have to guess. I'm gonna be a little bit cryptic about who's coming on. I mean, some of you will be like, "Oh shit, I get it," and others are gonna be like, "What?"
Fucking lewd corn dogs.
Soggy corn dogs.
There is a soggy bottom boy in there. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah.
Are you what is it, a man of constant sorrow?
Well, he was with the text messages I was sending him while I was recovering.
What?
Talk about the soggy bottom boys.
Oh, well. But yeah, I mean that's my part of things this next coming 2 weeks. I originally didn't have anything scheduled for the week of Christmas, and then I decided that this would be absolutely hilarious. Well, not I, but you will understand.
Yeah, I think y'all are gonna have a great time. If it wasn't Christmas Eve, I would definitely join you guys. But it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
There's there's
Soggy bottom sounds like Moto.
Right.
What the heck?
Robert Johnson's laughing. That's awesome. Hey, we got a new follower. This is awesome. I'm glad you're here, Robert. This is great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would mention something I want to cover.
It's a good name too.
I do want to mention something I want to cover, but I'm not going to mention it because there's some posers out there now who
yeah,
think they can do true crime.
Oh my god, that is the worst true crime show I've ever seen, man.
Okay, can I say something? Do I have a minute to go to the ladies' room? My eyeballs are floating after drinking those 2 beers.
We're done right now.
Okay,
we're out.
Because my eyeballs are floating, guys. I'm sorry.
Real fast, Robert Johnson, cool name.
Yep.
And if anybody doesn't understand that, then maybe you guys should look into
like Robert Paulson.
Yeah, we'll be back next Thursday.
Look into the history of rock and roll, guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, next Thursday we'll be back with the second part of this episode. And yeah, that's it, guys, for tonight. You can check this out on Spotify. Just look up You Can't Sit With Us. You can find us on our website, the PBDC Collective. Just type in the PBDC Collective anywhere. Comes right up.
And we're probably there. We're on the moon.
Our Facebook page right now is actually pretty rad. I'm loving the memes. But yeah. All right, guys. We're out. Bye.
Bye. See you next week.
Bye.
I don't set the world fire. I'm the lost of a baby. In my heart,